and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure. This is all about some twin turbo cars. We have an A-class field. All the vehicles have to be fitted with twin turbos, but they can be swapped, they can be added on to the cars, much as mine has, much as most of these are. To be honest, I've gone for an idea, a theory, shall we say, with my car. I've got the 350Z. It is on rally tyres, it has a wide body kit. We've seen them be quite fast in previous adventures. Mine is rear-wheel drive though, and this is of course in winter, as you can clearly see, which means that some of the off-road, well, I'm going to struggle in the off-road events quite a lot. I'm probably not going to be the worst car, but we're going to have to wait and see how it goes. On tarmac, I might be fairly fast. We're very bad off the line because we're going to go to the back of the field, which makes me worried that most are all-wheel drive. Now, yeah, I might be fairly competitive when it comes to the tarmac races. We'll have to see how it goes, really. Through all of this, that is a Ewan having a really big off and giving trouble for Stevie. Some red team friendly fire has gone on immediately. Oh, sorry, I don't think Stevie realised we were going to have a car up the inside there. We were getting a lot more speed through the corners than the muscle car. And that's what I've got to do. I've got to make the most of the corner speed that I can take with this. We know it's not going to be as fast as a bunch of these cars in a straight line. I have 400 horsepower. The 350Z is miraculously fast in this game for the power it has, but it's still not going to beat some of these machines in terms of straight line speed. So where's it going to beat them? Well, in the corners, and hopefully we're going to have a good combination of not be that far behind them down the straight and murder them in the corners. That's the plan. Whether it's going to work out like that is anyone's guess at this particular moment in time. The massive, I think, Bronco up in third now. He's dropping down with no top speed. The Bronco will not enjoy the speed section of this circuit. That is a humongous crash for Rusky. Bloody hell. Rusky bounced across the dirt and launched the muscle car. I'm not sure what one it is over there. Is it a Dart, I think? For a humongous roll. That is a wonderful crash. And managed to land back on the wheels and carry on. I mean, 10 out of 10 effort for the Dodge right there. We have definitely got speed on the three cars ahead of us. Rusky's going to get in trouble there. Oh, Rusky's got a really awkward place, got in trouble as well. We're going to try and pass Longbow. We know we've got more top speed than that Jeep. The Jeep has got good speed through the corners. Got very, very big tyres on that. It does have all-wheel drive traction as well to help it. We've teamworked past Rusky. that was some real red team teamwork right there. To get either side of the Dart as it struggles to find some traction. Now, we're going to expect the Dodge might come flying back past again at some point down this straight. We'll have to wait and see. Can we go chase down the Porsche? That is the question here. I have no idea. We're going to do the best we can. Here comes that Dart. It's going to probably have a scary time into turn one. Oh no, it's going to slide in front of us. Oh, god damn it. I was thinking I was going to be able to carry more speed through there. I thought it was going to slide through in front of us so we could cut back underneath it, but it just got positioned perfectly to give me trouble, essentially. We don't quite have the top speed in a couple of places here. Yeah, overall lap speed is good in the Nissan, just not quite there. The RS6, I think it is, at the front is absolutely flying. The Dart is going to hit the railing and is going to lose out again. Don't hit that railing will screw up your lap around here. If we can get far enough away from it, that would be helpful, so we don't have to worry about defending into turn one. Come on, Nissan. We can get through all of this, which we do quite nicely. Yeah, the RS, I'm actually really surprised with the RS6 buggering off at the front. I've always struggled to build them as much as I love them, of course, and I'm totally not biased. Oh, Longbow hit the wall on the final corner. But yeah, as much as I love the RS6s naturally, I've never really been... I mean, I've made them okay. I've never really made them that spectacular. Okay, Dart, if you want to go past, it's going to make you go the long way around. Doesn't matter, it's too quick down the straight. Can we get through turn one nicely? We can. I was actually a little bit cautious. I could have been braver there. I wanted to not go in the wall again. We avoided the wall, unfortunately. We could have and should have been a smidge braver. no, I was trying to do something and it hasn't worked. Rear wheel on the snow has got us sideways. My plan was if I could run with a load of speed through there, I could dive up the inside through the next corner and pass the Dodge. But I couldn't make it stick. And now we're going to be in an awkward place. We're going to be too far back. Points are still good for us, though. This is the bit that matters. We've got Stevie up in 5th with another one of the muscle cars. I'm not sure what one. Damn it, yeah. We can carry a huge amount of speed into some of these corners. We're going to carry a huge amount of speed on the way out of this one. We're going to sneak our way past the dart. The question is, oh no, the RS6 missed a checkpoint. Oh no, it's all gone a little bit wrong for Red Team. We might still be able to win this. Okay, we're ahead of the dart. Are we ahead of the dart when it crosses the line? This is the bit that matters for me here. Can the RS6 chase down the Porsche? Who knows? We are going to be ahead of the dart when it crosses the line. So if we have to do this again, next lap around, we know we might be able to stand a chance. Oh, the dart beans it at turn 1. Dart got it wrong, just outbrakes itself through there. We will profit from that and we should be well clear now by the end of the lap. Can the RS6 make a pass stick with not much to go? And that's the size of the gap the RS6 had. It missed a checkpoint and still is going to be in with a shout of a win. That's a hell of a lead that car has had in this one. Points still looking good. Just have to double check. If they fight each other and slow each other down, maybe we can profit and sneak a second or something. I think they're both a little faster than me down the straight. Yeah, we're going to need a real twisty circuit for the Nissan to be strong. And let's not forget the 2 cars ahead of me are all-wheel drive. They will be much better off when it comes to the dirt circuits. Tyres may be a concern for the RS6. I don't know what tyres it's going to be running on, but yeah, that may not have off-road tyres. Regardless, it's not going to matter for this race. I mean, we're not that far down on the 959 turns of straight line speed. We're there or thereabouts, but not quite for the Nissan. It's going to be a podium though. We fought hard for that one. Yeah, the RS6 is monstrously quick. Slight bit of luck for... Oh no, Blue Team have snuck it at the end. What happened? Gliska got up to 5th with the Mustang. That's what happened. We lost now. Longbow and Stevie both dropped back. Oh, bugger. Blue Team snuck it at the death of that one, and the Volkswagen double cab. But we saw it have a very big issue at the start. I suspect not the most controllable around that very high-speed circuit. Well, that was a hell of a first race, that's for sure. So, we head off-road for our next race, the Mortimer Gardens Scramble. I'm not massively confident of... Certainly not going to be fighting for the win. It's going to be a fair few vehicles much more rally prepared than mine, and if I can score some solid points for Red Team, that's gonna be what I'm after. Essentially, we know when we saw the Bronco has the proper off-road race tyres. We know that'll be good out here. Oh, we start right at the front. Well, me and Rusky are certainly rear-wheel drive. We might be the only 2 in this that are rear-wheel drive. Lots of understeer. As circuits go, this isn't the very worst for a rear drive vehicle, but I mean, it's still going to have problems. We're going to struggle for traction coming up this hill. Not much I can do about it when you can see the Jeep is already there having a look. We should, in theory, be quicker through that corner if we haven't got a bucket load of understeer. Off goes the Jeep with its big off-road tyres. We're not going to be quite as good over here. I'm pretty sure I put this on race suspension. The main thought being is that this car is going to be strong on the tarmac sections, so I made no real compromises. It's on rally tyres just because winter, because some of the tarmac races have snow on the road and that sort of stuff. Okay, we're fine. So yeah, it was still it's going to be the go-to tyre of choice. The Jeep is to the outside, is not going to make that corner. We're going to struggle to get turned through here. I can see a load of cars struggling with understeer. I'm surprised the RS6 isn't going quicker. It's so far, or it might be that it is not on rally tyres actually. Would explain why it's struggling out here. It's got the all-wheel drive traction, sure, but doesn't have the, yeah, it's definitely not on the right sort of tyres for this. Now, I don't want to get held up. It's still actually looking really good for points in our favour here. So that's something. We've got Rusky has fallen to the back with the rear-wheel drive dart that's on obviously not the right sort of tyres. We're past the RS6 now. I would expect the 959 is also not on rally tyres. It'll be all-wheel drive, but probably won't have the PI for rally tyres even. It starts off quite high in A-class. So that would explain why they're down towards the back. Can we chase down, is it a Camaro in front of us? Oh no, not if we do that. God damn it, got it wrong coming off the bridge. Mispositioned it. That's not what we need. What can I do here to try and claw our way back up? Oh, okay. Impega's very clearly not having a fun time with that Porsche. And we got a massive run. There was a gap there. It was a very small gap, but it didn't last for very long, and it was not necessarily expecting to have a car suddenly there on the inside. I mean, thankfully, me making a silly goof like that has not actually cost us very many points. We've still got second, third, and fourth, but it's going to net us the majority of points. I mean, we only technically lost, like, we lost a couple of 100 points. No, we only lost 100 points, actually, because that was the only blue car that overtook me in all of that. We got back past Impega almost immediately. We're going to try and not make the same silly mistake coming off the bridge as we did before. Can we get back past Lado? That is the question. I think we have the pace, but I think we're going to run out of laps to do anything about it. Sadly. Unless there's mistakes, of course, there's always possible for missed checkpoints. The Camaro is actually coming under threat from the Jeep. That Camaro's got a big amount of trouble coming down the jumps. Got all out of shape through there. The RS6 is having trouble off the lampposts. That is not pointing the direction it wants to be pointing in all of this. We are trying to march our way up through the field here. We're going to be close to the fight. It's going to be very annoying. So we're going to be tantalisingly close to a really good fight. But not quite able to get involved, I don't think. We'll have to wait and see. Turn one, try and throw the car in with as much speed. We know that, I mean, the tyres on this are big. It's got the wide body kit. It's 325, something like that at the back of this car. That's a lot of traction, even for a rear-wheel drive car. That still gives it a good amount of traction. Front end, got a lot of turning, as you can see. Oh no, the RS6 missed a checkpoint. It's not going well. It's not going well at all for the Audi. We're still going to have enough points to win here. Lado's lost out to the Camaro on this final lap, and we just cannot quite get close enough, and I've overshot the corner there. Anyway, we got a little brave at the death there, just trying everything and anything I could. Yeah, we're not going to be close enough, unfortunately. I got a good final lap in that one. And there we go. Well, we still scored. I'm annoyed at myself. We did a silly thing that we shouldn't have done. However, we still scored a couple of 100 points, which is important. And more important is we had a good scoring round. The double cab, the Nova, the Bronco, all scoring a very nice solid amount of points. Did the job for Red Team. We've tied it up. We are back onto the tarmac for our next race, the Princess Street de Garden Circuit. Should be a good venue for my car, I would hope. It is a twisty circuit. There's a couple of straights. My vehicle is not slow down the straights, but they're not so long a straights that things like the Dart, in theory at least, are going to get a huge advantage. We'll have to wait and see. Bronco might not be too bad here. The Bronco's, of course, got big tyres, all-wheel drive. Its downfall, its top end, is also unlikely to be too much of a problem. And the thing is, I know I'm going to be going backwards off the grid. The only plus point is the Dart goes with me. It's the two rear-wheel drive cars in the field, but the Dart then does get going a fair bit better than me. We should absolutely murder it in the corners. The RS6 is also likely to be fast here. Let's not forget. The double cab won't enjoy this track. We've got to try and stop from losing too many places early on. We're all going to get stacked up at the hairpin here. Come on, Nissan. You can do this. Hopefully. Oh, there is a Nova having a look around. I think that's going to go to the inside. It won't have the grip to outturn me down here. Lado's not making that corner. I can tell you that much. It was ambitious, and once it's gone wrong into that corner, there's nothing you can do, because you're going to get spat into traffic. Crane has had a bad time there. We will pass the Camaro. Pega's out wide with a tripoding 959. I've never seen that one before, but it did. And we are up in two. a 5th position. Okay, it's not terrible for me. I mean, I'm hoping we can work our way forward now the madness of lap 1 has calmed down. This circuit does have some low-speed acceleration zones, which may help the all-wheel drive vehicles a smidge. I was hoping the grip of mine is going to be enough, but I'm not sure it is. We see the 959 is struggling in these corners, but it bolts away as soon as we get to the straight, so I'm not sure I've got much more pace around here. And if I don't do anything stupid, we can maybe make some good, but certainly that's the sort of place where we are making up ground. I was hoping we would have a little more pace around this circuit. If I'm honest, I was thinking this would be the best circuit, the best bet for my car. But we do seem to be struggling a little bit. Mustang's gone up, chasing after the lead too. Bronco is not having to defend too heavily at front. I mean, okay, at the end of the day, points-wise are looking really strong for us. So they may well just race each other normal, ignore the fact that they're pseudo-teammates. We're alongside the Porsche. Had a little nibble, not much we could do there though. Porsche is really struggling to get that front end to turn in. And we know we're going to get beaten off the corner. We can actually be a little sneaky there. We end up sort of escorting the Porsche into the street furniture. It's going to repass us, I know that, down here. We're going to give it space to do so. It's going to try and run side by side, but it will not have the grip at the bottom of the hill there. Might cut back underneath if it gets a good drive off the corner. It doesn't. It's not close enough to do that. And we are clear for now if we don't do anything stupid like put wheels on the snow. So we've got to be a little more careful with this. I can't use as much of the circuit perhaps because we spin if we're not careful. 959 is to the outside. It's not going to get past there. We're going to cover. We're going to park it on the apex. I know it's going to get good drive in a couple of places, so we just park the Nissan on the apex, try and minimise that all-wheel drive advantage and make the most of my car strengths where I can. Oh, okay, we launched it off the curb on 2 wheels. Whoops. This time around, there is no street furniture. It is going to get the run. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, I just lack a little bit of speed in this. It's really good handling, for sure, but don't quite have the speed, but we can repass the 959 again. And the only plus point is the strongest part of this track for me is right at the end, so we may be able to build a gap big enough so we don't get past to the line. We've got one more lap to go here. Here comes that Porsche. We're going to chase it across to the inside as much as we can. Now, here's the Porsche going to try and outbrake us. It does. Oh, we get fed around the outside. I thought we could carry the speeds to make that one work, but we didn't, and I've actually made a mess coming up the hill. That is not what I needed. We needed to be way closer here than we are. I mean, the options we got, we're going to have to... So that's helped me massively. Street furniture's caused the Porsche issues. Now, we're not going to pass it here. I know where we've got to pass it, and that's at the bottom of the hill. It doesn't matter for points, this. It's just for honour. It's just because I want that 4th position away from the 959. Can we carry all the speed in the world through this corner? We can't do it. We're not going to be close enough. It's got enough speed. Oh, and in trying to get a big sweeping line through the next corner. I've never hit that staircase before. Ah, so annoying. I've hit the one on the exit before. I've never found the one on the way into that. Yeah, I was trying to be a bit greedy and try to get as wider a line into that corner as I could. Because it was going to be a dive at the final turn, which really was the last option I had. Apparently, there's a staircase there. Oh dear, didn't quite have the pace of the top 3. It was a good battle over 4th. Unfortunately, went a little bit wrong for me at the end. Good news is points are still fine for us, as Red Team will take round number 2. We are heading off-road once again. The Highland Farm Scramble will be the circuit of choice. This is a fast off-road circuit. It is predominantly gravel. Gravel will be covered in snow now, but it is, yeah, a more higher speed circuit. It might not be terrible for me. We're not going to be winning this, no, but it might not be the worst circuit for my 350. We'll have to see. We're starting on pole. It's kind of annoying. We get a good spot on the grid, but even from here, we're going to be down the back. We're probably going to be 8th by turn 1, if not further back to go. We know we'll be ahead of Rusky, but that's about the only car I know we'll be ahead of by the time we get out of turn 1. I was actually spot on. We were 8th coming out of the first corner. Because, yeah, we just can't get off the line. There's nothing I can do about that. That is just... That is the downside of this build. Went into it trying something a little bit different. I mean, he's going to be able to carry good speed here. Problem is I've got cars in my way. Oh, worst bit is my teammate, and now we've got all sorts of red team friendly fire going on. As I'm trying... we know the Audi will be... Oh, no, the Audi will struggle a little bit. We know the Nova's fairly quick here. The Audi's ducked underneath all of us as we're busy fighting one another. It'll take a lap or two for it to calm down, settle down, and we'll all sort ourselves out a smidge. I'm hoping my handling will work out for me somewhere around here. Oh god, I'm not sure about that though. It's certainly not quite going to plan. Rusky's having a bad day. That is really not going to work for the Dart. Oh god. The other car's not on rally tyres, they're at least all-wheel drive. The Barrymobile is having some trouble. That's all sorts of out of shape. What have we got leading? The Mustang, that's leading the way here. The Barrymobile is sideways again. The Barrymobile cannot do high-speed corners, or medium-speed corners, or anything like that. The Porsche is having big... the Porsche doesn't have the grip to live with this kind of a circuit. Oh, Lado also has had a trouble. Lado got crossed up in a different way coming into that braking zone. And that was a splat for the Jeep. Can we chase down Stevie's Nova? I'm going to struggle if I end up out in the scenery again. It's not where we want it to be, particularly. Yeah, we can't put the power down here. That's to be expected to an extent. And I know my suspension won't make life easy around here necessarily. Oh, that's the wrong gear for the car. Okay, are we going to have trouble with the Porsche? I have no idea. We might be able to defend from it and just make life awkward for it. If we could hold on to 6th, it wouldn't be too terrible. Again, given my car is not really suited to this, although a fair few of us back here aren't, but again, it's a good chunk of points, and it's the sort of points that we need at this moment in time. It's just enough to keep Red Team ticking along, give us that advantage. God, please get turned in. Listen. We are through there in one piece. I think it's the... what's it green driver? Was it Camaro or Fiber? I don't actually remember now. Oh, no, we're in trouble through there. Struggling. I did not think I was going to have as many troubles with this car as I am. It's really not happy around this circuit. Struggling for pace. I'm not 100% sure what, but it might be the suspension, to be honest with you. It might be the race suspension might be causing it some grief. While this is a fast circuit, it's not so much traction limited. The bumps might be what's killing it. Didn't really want to push Impega there, but we're on such a tight line, there's limited options. Much as we're going to get in trouble here if we're not careful. The Jeep is looking to fight back. We can get underneath the 959 on the exit of that corner there. We'll still be side by side again. Oh, running too deep. I will wait to see a Porsche having a look back past again, and it's going to outrun me down towards the finish line. Don't go out too wide there, it gets bumpy quickly. Lado's had a trouble. I just saw the blue dot fall back, missed checkpoint or a spin from that car. Porsche is snaking about under brakes. We have a big dive to the inside, but we're not going to be able to get the move done there. I think Ewan backed out of it, realising he wasn't going to have the control through the next couple of corners by having a good run on the exit of the first turn. So yeah, we can carry great speed kind of through here, but yeah, it just doesn't quite turn in as I was expecting it to. Not as well as we saw at the Gardens circuit, which kind of surprises me. Yeah, it's not working for me. I mean, it might be the way I'm driving this car or something. It's definitely not quite doing what I want with the 350Z, unless something goes disastrously wrong for the Porsche, which it's done a little bit. I'm not going to be able to do much through here, I don't think, other than hope that Impega gets caught out on the bumps. We don't want to have to lift down here. It's going to be side by side. It's going to be a run towards the line, and the Porsche is going to get it, but only just. I mean, we threw everything at it. We absolutely threw everything at it. Yeah, my car was not quite as happy. I much preferred it around the garden circuit. There, it just didn't. It did not feel happy. Victory will go to Gliska with the Mustang ahead of the Bronco, the RS6, scoring the other 2 podium spots. We take a round victory. Red team will win the adventure as well. On to our final round, the Bamborough Coast circuit. The last chance for the 350Z to say come good. Ooh, we start on pole. It's not going to matter. It's better than it is on the dirt, but we know we're going to be mid-pack. I don't know what we're going to expect. It's what we're going to see from my car. Could work quite nicely around here. We know the Bronco's top speed might cause it grief at this circuit. Bamborough is a fairly fast track. It's not pure speed. You need some handling for the corners, but in general, if a speedy car works, it does tend to work around here. So we may see the Bronco come undone a little bit with its lack of top end, but we know it'll be able to make up some time in the corners. We expect the Mustang to probably be fast, as will the RS6 and all of that. I wanted to see how it goes. We've got the same problem as before. We did lose so much time off the start. We're going to drop back a little bit, and then we have to work our way forward again. Hopefully we can. We'll let the RS6 go to the inside. We know that's probably got a little more pace than we do. And I mean, if that can help clear the path, make its way forward, then that's also kind of good for me as well. We're going to try and duck underneath. Oh, and pick out a dive from a long way back while we're all... See, I was just trying... Yeah, I mean, it's one of those annoying things in that I'm trying to do the fight myself and... just so many cars in one place. Goes on Rusky with all the speed in the world in that dark. I have a horrible feeling my car's going to be one of those annoying ones that's quick on its own, but in traffic it's really struggling a little bit here. We want to get past Stevie. We need to get past Stevie. We need to get past Stevie's car pretty soon. Thankfully, Stevie ran a little bit wide and has left a gap for us. We're going to make the most of that. Now we're going to try and find our way past Lado's Jeep that has a decent bit of acceleration. It's got more top speed than I thought it was going to have. The Bronco's hanging on to second. We've got a familiar podium going on at the moment here. Oh, for God's sake. We're going to be 3 wide, 4 wide in the braking zone. I'm not backing out of that. I can't afford to in my Nissan. We're going to get back past everybody there. We know Rusty's going to come soaring past, and I do fear it's too... it is inevitable. The speed of that dart is going to come soaring past. I moved across to defend. It won't matter. It's going to be well clear by the time I get to turn 1 now. The only thing we do have going for us is, of course, much better corner speed. Oh, there's a really narrow gap to aim for there. Oh, didn't really want to go for the contact. It was on the literal limit of grip as we're fighting the car for control through that section. So we didn't bump anyone past a checkpoint. That was all the grip we had in the 350Z, and probably a little bit that we didn't really have is what we asked of the car there. We're going to be in danger at the end of this straight as well, and we've just got to get ourselves... Oh god, here comes... Okay, actually not quite in danger that time around, so my hope is we can have a good run through here, which is... it's not good enough. We had an okay run through there, but it won't matter. That's way too close. Yeah, that's going to get us. Oh, why did you go that side? I love stacks of space to the inside, but nope. Admittedly, it may not have had the grip to turn to the inside. But there we go. Oh, and I made an absolute mess of turn 1 on my own there. Got my braking point all wrong. Oh well. I think it's going to be sick. Yeah, is it a slight... It's a slight disappointing performance from 350. It's decent enough. Oh, okay, we just made the checkpoint. Yeah, it's a fast enough car. It's quite good, but it's not good enough. It's not really going to be competitive enough. The RS6 has missed another checkpoint. It's a good thing we wrapped this up in the last round, because it has all fallen apart for Red Team here a little bit. Yeah. I say I'm a slight disappointment. I knew it was ever going to be great off-road. That is to be expected, of course. That performance was not too bad. It's just not quite worked on these tarmac circuits as much as I had perhaps hoped from the vehicle. But there we go. That is how it goes sometimes with these races. Our best bet for any positions further up the leaderboard is going to be a mistake from Rusk. I mean, Dart like that is not going to be easy to drive. I don't know how much power it's got, but a lot is going to be the answer. You can carry a huge amount of speed through there. You can brake a lot later here, but what can I do with it? We'll end up, funnily enough, just running into the back of it mid-corner because I'm carrying so much more speed. But yeah, I can't do anything. Unless it misses a checkpoint or has a very big slide or a very big issue in this final corner. We're not. If it has a big slide, we'll catch it, but it would still beat us to the line. So we're going to be hoping for mistakes, hoping for a problem for the Dart in through here. Can't actually turn underneath it anyway. We can close right onto the bumper, but it doesn't matter. The Dart will shoot off into the distance, and we will have to settle for that 5th position. Yeah, nothing more we could have done. I was hoping for a little bit more pace in this, if I'm honest, but there we go. Cross the line in 5th. Red team win the adventure, but it's only just. That much is for sure. Longbow took victory in the end. I don't know whether that was the Forza counting wonky at the finish line, or whether the Bronco did actually overtake the Mustang at the death. We're too far back to witness any of that fun, while the 959 will take a 3rd place. Oh dear. Well, there we go. It was a good fun adventure. We had some very, very good racing, with some very close racing for us. Just never quite there, never quite at the right at the top. But that is going to be it for this video. If you would like to take part in the next one of these, you can register via our Discord, although I will say we are currently having a lot of issues getting these adventures to work properly, so there is always a chance that when this comes to film next week, it may or may not work. But if you do want to take part, you can register on the Discord. There'll be a link to that in the description, and yeah, fingers crossed Forza will be working come then, but I don't know. Anyway, that is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.